eventually.
Something that I've been just like mulling around recently, and maybe I'll just throw it out here so we can crowdsource it a little bit. But right now there's a 5% market fee, right? So if you were to use the Splinter Lens market, a lot of people end up going to places like Peak Monsters or Monster Market, IO, whatever. And so that fee is made by the other people. But, I, the fee for using the market, both rental and sales, that 5% is technically company revenue, right? So the company gets to do with it whatever they feel like. Most of the time, which hopefully they're paying well the new developers that they've brought on to build a better game. But part of me looks at that and says, well, what if you did like 1% or 0.5%, similar to what you're saying, right? And then put that into the DAO. And the only way then to put it into the DAO is you'd need to convert it to SPS. So that in and of itself, by people playing the game, using the market, being part of the economy, you would be creating a consistent buy pressure on SPS just by the company operating. Also, on top of that, you would be funding the DAO. So the DAO would have this constant influx of money that would then be able to be spent as capital somewhere else, right? So hopefully if there's an opportunity or a promo or whatever, you know what I mean? Or let's say they wanted to buy a Super Bowl ad, whatever kind of craziness, right? But it would create this kind of nice upward pressure. So I don't know if there's a flaw in my thinking, but it's just something that like moving forward, I was like, how does the DAO continue to get money outside of card releases? And card releases will be consistent enough, but it'd be nice to see some kind of upward price pressure.
The asset that the DAO carries should not be Splinter Lens asset. It needs to be a defensive asset.
Okay. Well,
because
people have been saying that they should back
bad
with Bitcoin too.
If you ask me, it would be a mix. It can be a mix, but USD would give the most confidence to investors and holders of the SPS currency. But I'm not sure if there's legal implication, like would it become a mutual fund kind of thing where you need licenses or regulations to hold US dollars in like a mutual fund. But if you're able to do that, then this can fly. Like the idea can fly.
Would you back the DAO would you buy Bitcoin to back it? Similar to what Terra Luna was doing, because a lot of people have
because it proves that it doesn't work.
Well,
it proves that it doesn't work. Yeah. So I would.
It proved that it didn't work because of the fact that Terra Luna, like the tokenomics, the way that was set up, was flawed from the beginning, because you had two essentially fake coins that were supporting each other. So when they both went down, you just ended up selling another fake coin, right?
Yeah.
The least fake coin, aka Bitcoin, in order to try and support them, and obviously that just kept crashing the market. But don't you think that the Splinter Lens ecosystem is a little bit different than that between DEC and SPS?
Well, so if when you see if the DAO is being supported by BTC, right, it means that the value of SPS will be closely pegged to BTC. If BTC rises, SPS would rise. If BTC falls, SPS price would fall as well. Right?
Yep.
But if it's backed by the dollar, then it just gives it a steady base of value, of fiat value, but there's no upside. So it is like a reserve, it's a reserve. It's not an investment fund. If it's holding BTC, it becomes like an investment fund because there is upside, right? But there's also downside. So there is risk involved. But if it's just the dollar, then it's a reserve, which could be ever growing. That would just keep growing in dollar value, which should bring SPS up only as long as the game survives. As long as the game survives and there's transaction, then the value of the SPS should just keep going up.